Hello, world. Hello, world. This is I, says me. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad within it. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. It's like the ointment upon the head that runs down the beard, even Aaron's beard that ran down to the hem of his garment. Welcome to Real Talk, Real Fathers, Real Man. And that's right, we're not in the truck, we're not riding, we're not making money, but we out here enjoying life on the beautiful coast of North Carolina, here in Riceford Beach. Look around. That's right, we're chilling. The topic today is the thing that we're gonna talk about today, the topic today is better than what it seems. How many times have you looked at somebody and said, man, they living a good life? How many times have you looked at somebody and said, hey, they worse off than me? So often what happens is people look at life in comparison. So what happened is people would say, well, you're not as bad as so-and-so. You're not as bad as so-and-so, or so-and-so got it worse off than you, or so-and-so got it worse off than you. Well, yeah. That and 50 cents will get you a cup of coffee at McDonald's. If you add another 75 cents to it, I think coffee's like $1.25. But bottom line up front, when you're going through something, the last thing you want to hear is what somebody else is going through. The last thing you want to do is be compared to somebody else, because the problems you have is your problems. You know, the things that you're going through is things that you're going through. The rucksack on your back is your rucksack. And the last thing you want to hear is somebody tell you, well, you know, yeah, you complaining because you ain't got no shoes. I know a man that ain't got no feet. Well, that was the hand that man was dealt. Right now, the rucksack on your back is weighing you down. And the rucksack on your back is everything that you can do to bear. And so the last thing you want to hear is somebody come to you and say, well, you're not as bad as so-and-so. So let's talk about that. What made me think of that is I was talking to an individual today, last night, and I said, you know, bottom line up front, cuz you got to play the hand you was dealt. You know, it's not draw poker. You can't throw your cards in and play again. You got two choices. Either you're gonna bet, raise, or fold. Those are your only choices. You don't have the choice of saying, well, oh, I don't like this hand, and oh, please give me 5 more cards. No, you don't have no other choice. You have to play the hand that you're dealt. And when you have to play the hand you dealt, a good card player can take any cards he had. Like, let's not use cards, let's use dominoes. Because like I tell everybody, in dominoes, every hand's a winner. You can win. That's the difference between dominoes and cards. You can get dealt 13 spades and nobody can't stop you. A blind man can play that hand in playing spades. But in dominoes, you can get dealt 7 blanks, and if you know how to play it, you can still win. Some people, oh man, I don't play. If you got more than 4 blanks, as you throw your hand. Nah, I play what I dealt, because every hand, if you know how to play it, you can make a win out of it. And so I was talking to this individual because he was so down in the dumps that was draining me, and I was like, dude, you know, it's not that bad. Well, it's not that bad for you because you got this, you got this, you got this. Yeah, but the things I have come with problems. The things I have is rocks in my rucksack, just like it's rocks in your rucksack. It doesn't matter what I have or what somebody else has, it's still problems. And it's the way you look at those problems. If you see a joker sitting up here with no legs, he can say, well, I don't have no legs, so life is bad. Or you can look at a joker and say, you see two people. One person sitting out there with no legs and still enjoying life. You see people in the Paralympics, in the Paralympics, that's gonna start in about a week and a half with no legs, and they still out playing basketball. People in wheelchairs still playing basketball. And then you see some people with just an ailment like, oh, I got a bad back. You know, you got a bad back, so since you got a bad back, that means, oh, I can't do nothing. It's just, life is just so bad. But it's the way you choose to look at it and the way you handle what dominoes you was given. And so I thought about it. I was like, maybe he's right. You know, could I have lived this life? And I left it alone. And then, you know me, man, I'm riding. I got a crazy mindset. And in my mindset, I seen this guy, right? Because, you know, like I'm showing from up here. I'm not going to show down here because, you know, brother kind of big. You know, I got that 4-pack, you know. Yo, I got 4 big, gigantic 2-liter sodas, you know. But anyhow, I seen this guy, and you can tell he was homeless or on drugs or something, and he was walking, because in North Carolina, it's got to be 5,006 degrees, and that's when the breeze blowing. And I seen this brother, and he was 6-packed up, man. I mean, just ripped the shreds, and I was like, hey, man, God, I wish I had his ass. And I thought about it. I said, no matter what you have, or what your shortcomings, it doesn't matter, because no matter what you have, somebody else desires what you have. You can be 500 pounds, and somebody can look at you and say, wow, I wish I had their eyes. Really? Well, you can be 500 pounds, and there could be a person that has a problem with gaining weight, and they'll say, well, man, I wish I could gain weight like that. For every downfall we have, there's somebody out there that embrace that downfall. And what makes a person happy, and whether we want to believe it or not, 90% of the people on this earth is unhappy. 90% of the people on this earth is looking for happiness, and they can't find it. You know? And the reason why is because we can't embrace the good things that we have. The good things that, you know, a joker look at me and say, man, you so lucky. Well, why am I lucky? Oh, because you got this and you got that. And then I may look at the guy that don't have a place to stay in and don't know whether he's coming or going because he's addicted to drugs, and I can look at him and say, God, man, I'd love to have them abs. But bottom line up front, he got rocks in his rucksack just like I got rocks in mine. You know, a rock is a rock. And the difference between your rock and my rock and the person that's successful and the person that's not successful is what you do with those rocks. I heard a sermon the other day by John Gray. Sermon the other day by John Gray, and he was talking about David, and he said that King Solomon wanted to give David his armor so he can go fight Goliath. And David was like, nah, I can't wear your armor. I can't be you. It's no way that I could be you. If I try and fight this battle the way you'll fight it, I'm going to lose. Because your strength may be my weakness. My strength is my strength. So the only thing I can do is just fight this battle with what the Lord has given me. And David went out and he got a slingshot and he went and found 5 stones. And what was so unique about these stones, he didn't find boulders, he found smooth stones. And these smooth stones, that's what made the story, is because these stones has already been tried by time. A stone is not smooth because somebody sat there and rubbed it. A stone is smooth because the things it been through. A stone is smooth because, like, if you look at the ocean and you go out here and you can find how the sand is just constantly moving, and you can find like stones in a stream where water is constantly going over those stones. They smooth as silk, and that's because something is constantly beating and rolling and tussling them through things. And since that's happening, that's making them smooth. And he said, that's what type of stone I need in order to defeat Goliath. And so when I thought about that, I said, in life, we so often, we don't want to do that. We don't want to take the things that we already have in place, that we already been through stuff. A joker asked me, like, hey man, I want to drive trucks, and I want my own trucking business, and da. And I thought about it. 7 years ago when I got out of the Army, that's what I wanted. But then I look back over these last 7 years, everything I thought I knew when I was in the Army about trucking, I didn't really know. It took times of going out there, running trucks in ditches, breaking trailer doors, getting flat tires, running out of fuel, just so much friction on the battlefield. But that's what makes you battle tested and battle strong. You can't get strong by just going out there and starting at the top, because if you start at the top, where are you going to finish? So, as I'm out here enjoying this Carolina breeze, man, and people probably looking at me like I'm crazy because this guy's sitting up here, he must be FaceTiming somebody or whatever. But what I like to get to my listeners that's out there, discover what you have. And like an old man told me 45 years ago, use what you got. You can't go to battle with my armor. You can't go to battle and fight the way I fight. Something was chosen for you in this life. You got to find out what it is. Discover your strengths. And then when you look around, don't try and be me. Don't try and be that guy next to you. Don't try and be that girl next to you. Because if you try and be them, you don't know what struggles they had to go through to get there. And you might not be able to handle their struggles. The struggles that you're going through, don't let them beat you. Because the struggles you're going through, they just tempt, man. They just tempt. Everything, and nothing is permanent but death. That's it. So as long as you get up in the morning, I don't care. This is real talk, real father's real man. So I don't care what happens. At the end of the day, if you get up in the morning, if you walk in and catch a girl cheating, hey, it is what it is. If you can get up in the morning, you can start again. If you lose your house, don't worry about it. Sleep outside for a while. Now it's a good time to lose it because it's summertime. You lose your car. You lose anything besides your life, you can start over. You can start over. The- You have to realize that everything in life is replaceable. Only thing that's not replaceable is life itself. Strive for what you was meant to be. Strive for the good things in your life. Strive for to look in the mirror when you get up every day. Make your prayers, you know, Lord, guide me in my steps. Let me walk in my steps, not the steps of somebody else. Let me be the person that I'm comfortable with. Let me be that person that I don't look out of place trying to be somebody else. I can't be Steve Harvey. I can't be Lionel Richie. I can only be me. And when I choose to be me, that's when I'm comfortable. And that's when you be comfortable. It's your boy Big Easy, Too Easy Unchained. This is Real Talk, Real Fathers, Real Men, coming at you live from the beautiful Myrtle Beach, outside of Wilmington, North Carolina, New Hanover County, my hometown. Loving life and everything in it. Peace.